Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the Smart Whirlpool Top Load Washer, featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Oh my gosh, it's been too long since I've been on a bike.
I really like it. Living a healthy life free of gambling problems is a lot of fun and a nice change of pace.
Did you say race?
No. Yes.
Reconnect with yourself and the ones you love. If gambling is creating a problem for you, there's hope and help. For more information, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org. That's evergreencpg.org.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's new KISW merch in the Rock Shop just in time for the hockey season.
Oh yeah,
and also in time for the holiday season. You gotta get this stuff. Who's not going to love this, man? I mean, a new hockey-inspired rock beanie and a new hockey-inspired T-shirt with the Kraken tentacles reaching up and grabbing the rock symbol. Come on.
And a beanie's clutch when you go to Climate Pledge Arena to see the games, because sometimes it's a little chilly, especially if you are missing a couple pieces of hair like myself, or bald, for those that aren't playing along. Beanie is clutch, and that beanie looks good with the jersey.
Yeah, so you definitely want to get this done, man. And again, like I said, gift-giving time is coming. What a great gift. The hockey T-shirt looks amazing. The beanie, like Stevie said, is rocking. Go to the Rock Shop. Get both. Get one. Get them all. I don't care. But you do got to get them. You got to get them at KISW.com.
Let's play B-Migs. It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B-Migs. Don't be a loser.
To be Migs, and it's time to turn down 4 tentacles.
Charge out for what? Oh, yeah. Release the Kraken.
Yeah, sploosh. And get that tentacle gear. Easy for you to say.
I know, right? At the Rock Shop. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Rick and Everett. Rick, are you there? Rick.
He's engaged.
You there?
No, Rick.
Okay.
Oh,
Rick?
dang.
Ricky.
All right,
well, let's go to Travis then.
All right, Travis. So he should be there.
Travis, you there?
I am here.
All right. Travis, way to step up to the plate. Yeah. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Travis will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Travis, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Too bad for Rick.
Yep, exactly. Which automobile company took over production of Rolls-Royce cars in 2003?
BMW.
Yes. Which band member of The Who died of a drug overdose?
Pass.
What element's chemical symbol is Ni?
Nitrogen.
No.
Nickel.
Yes. Who plays Elle Woods in the movie Legally Blonde?
Oh, gosh. Pass.
Typically, how many arms does a starfish have?
8.
No.
10.
No.
7.
No. Bubble tea originated in which Asian country?
Japan.
No.
China.
No.
Korea.
No. Wham had the 80s hit song titled Wake Me Up Before You what?
Go-Go.
Yes. Which cocktail do you get when you mix bourbon, mint, and sugar?
Pass.
Which Lord of the Rings character had a horse named Shadowfax?
Gandalf.
Yes. Who played the role of Larry Sanders on The Larry Sanders Show?
Larry Sanders.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4 correct.
Nice try, though.
Solid guess. If you don't know, then it's a good guess right there. Unfortunately, it was the wrong guess.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. But
Jerry
now,
Handling.
yes. But don't say anything anymore. And hopefully, Steve's not in the room yet, so you don't have to worry about that so much.
Wow. Wrong time, right answer.
Exactly. Little late there. I mean, a lot of late on that one, but sometimes you get it later.
Hey, look at you, Mr. Analyst.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that expert analysm. Analysm?
Wow. Are you having an aneurysm? Is that what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. Just give me some turkey.
Steve, he's having an analysm, which I think that's an Urban Dictionary thing, I think.
Don't look that one up. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Which automobile company took over production of Rolls-Royce cars in 2003?
Ford?
No.
Toyota?
No.
Honda?
No. Which band member of The Who died of a drug overdose?
Keith Moon?
Yes. What element's chemical symbol is Ni?
Nitrogen?
No.
Nitrous?
No.
Nighty-night?
No. Who plays Elle Woods in the movie Legally Blonde?
Angelina Jolie?
No.
Scarlett Johansson?
No.
What's her name?
Scarlett Johansson. How about her?
Oh, shut up.
Reese Witherspoon?
Yes.
Whoa.
Typically, how many arms does a starfish have?
5.
Yes. Bubble tea originated in which Asian country?
Japan?
No.
China?
No.
Korea?
No. Wham had the 80s hit song titled Wake Me Up Before You What?
Go, go.
Yes.
Girl.
What cocktail do you get when you mix bourbon, mint, and sugar?
A mint julep?
Yes. Which Lord of the Rings character had a horse named Shadowfax?
Harry?
No.
Samwise?
No.
You're a wizard, Harry.
No. 1, 2, 3,
Frodo?
4, 5. No. But you win 5-4.
Oh,
Bilbo
close.
No, not Bilbo.
Sorry, Travis.
Wait, did he get 5 or 4?
He got 5 and you got 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. You're going to have that.
Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, yeah. The great Leonard Nimoy.
I know, right? He put out a song. I don't know if it charted anywhere, but he did put out a song for Bilbo Baggins.
And we're still playing it.
I was going to say, I don't know if it charted, but we play it a lot.
A lot. A couple of questions you did not get correct. Actually, Travis did. He knew that it was Gandalf that had Shadowfax.
I didn't even guess that. I'm an idiot. Okay.
Well, I didn't want to bring it up in front of everybody.
Also, BMW took over the production of Rolls-Royce. So on that one. And then also he knew that the element's chemical symbol that is Ni is nickel.
Nickel. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He won't remember that.
No, he won't. So it'll be fun to use that later on.
Yeah.
Bubble tea originated in which Asian country? Does anybody want to fashion a guess on this one?
So that hasn't been gotten. Well, I would have to be guessing at this point. I don't know.
Vietnam?
No. Taiwan.
Taiwan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it is its own country, even though I think China doesn't want that to be the case.
Yeah.
I mean, because
I'm not getting into that fight.
Yeah,
so.
You're right. They're still their own country, even though China's like trying to say no.
And then there's one question you didn't get to that I think that you would get right away. Who played the role of Larry Sanders in the Larry Sanders Show?
Oh, what the hell is that guy's name?
Yeah, I don't think it's easy to get you.
Wow.
Gary Shandling.
Yeah.
I think he's no longer with us, right?
No. Yeah. No, he passed a couple of years ago now, I think. But he was also in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That
was?
No.
Yes, yeah. He was a senator that was spoiler alert, a Hydra agent.
Oh.
Because he gets to utter the famous Hail Hydra line in one of the movies. Maybe one of the bonus scenes or something like that. But he got to do that.
Totally forgot that.
Yeah. So look at that. You learned something today.
Dude, the Larry Sanders Show was a fun show.
It was. I didn't get to watch it that often because it was on HBO, and it was only those weekends that you got to see stuff like that. But it was that one and Dream On were the two shows that I really, really loved.
What the hell was Dream On?
Dream On was like,
it
was some awkward dude going through life doing stuff, but it would flash back to like old scenes from shows.
Yes.
And I thought those parts were super cool. And that's all I remember from it. That's all I remember.
Yeah, Jeffrey Tambor also got his start on the Larry. That's when I first heard about him. He played the Ed McMahon sidekick character.
Yeah, he was a sidekick.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
He was the one that said, "Hey now." That was his thing.
That's amazing. Yeah. Congratulations on your win, Steve.
Oh man. Oh, going back to the old days, Larry Sanders Classic. That and Martin Mull's Fernwood Tonight, which I don't think
I don't
anyone
even know that one.
Yeah, that was another parody of like a variety talk show. And Fred Willard was in that as his sidekick. And it was real hippy dippy stuff, dude. I mean, it was part of like the Mary Hartman universe, I think. Or a spinoff of that show, which is going way, way back. But those were shows that were like meta, like really like too cool for school, that a lot of folks were probably like, I don't get this, I don't want to do this. But I really dug it. And Fernwood Tonight was like that, which then the Larry Sanders Show was very similar in my mind.
I'm sorry, the Beat Makes police are chiming in. Keith Moon didn't die of a drug overdose. That was John Entwistle. Keith died of drinking.
I Googled it because I was curious. He died from an accidental overdose of a prescription drug prescribed to combat alcoholism. So he was given this to help him with his alcoholism, and then he overdosed on this prescription drug.
Wow. So you know what? I always thought, like Steve, so it really was a drug overdose, but it was a prescription drug. Mm-hmm. I always thought it was the alcohol that got him, but I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong.
He was trying to beat that, and then he just didn't care anymore and overdosed.
I wonder if it was a combo. I wonder if he was drinking while taking the stuff. I don't know. I hear that's not good to be drinking and taking pills at the same time.
I was trying to remember, like, one of my favorite Keith Moon, not memories, because I never was around when he was around, but like the stories that I always loved was the story of him just being like just such a chaotic person. Like he was he was just a loose cannon, and he drove a car into a pool. But then I'm reading online, and apparently that never really even happened.
Oh, it didn't?
Like they said, there was a bunch of pool table, the tables and the chairs were thrown in, but he never drove a car into the swimming pool. He couldn't even drive, according to one person.
Oh, man. So that's just another one of those old tales.
Yeah, I think it just kind of grew and grew and grew over the years.
Well, you know what? Again, you get the historians, whoever's telling the story, that's the true person of power.
I guess apparently that's the big question. Did he drive a Rolls Royce into a swimming pool, or did he not?
There are so many things that we're told that weren't true, when you think about just everything in life. So, well, there you go. I can't believe anything.
My other favorite Keith Moon thing was I remember I had the DVD for The Who live at the Isle of Wight. Wight or Right? W-I-G-H-T, I think White.
Oh, well, that would be White, I believe.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. And it's like a big festival that would happen, and The Who played it. And it's one of my favorite visuals because it was him on stage, and it's like tons of people out there in the crowd. The Who are killing it up on stage. But him and Pete Townsend clearly are getting into a verbal spat right in between songs. And Keith is just kind of like got like this goofy smile. You can almost see like he's like kind of mocking Pete Townsend. And Pete doesn't seem to have the same sense of humor as Keith Moon. And Pete just walks over there. And I mean, if you look up bitch slap in the dictionary, you'll see a video of this. Like he just winds up and just slaps the living hell out of Keith Moon. And Keith just takes it and they start the next song. And I'm like, this band is just chaos up here.
Yeah.
And they sounded great, but you could tell like there was some serious tension going on that stage, but they fed off of it.
Well, and if in fact he was having a substance abuse issue, that probably was really irritating, to the rest of the band, and definitely to him, because he was just like, dude, I'm going to slap you. You got to figure this out.
And for all we know, I mean, like maybe he was under something. Like he's a sloppy style of a drummer. Like I love his style of drumming, but it wasn't like very technically precise. Like he was just kind of like almost like how you slur your words. He was like slurring his drumming at times.
Yeah, I suppose if you needed the drumming to be better than that, that probably irritated you.
Oh, but that's what made it great.
Yeah. Well, you know what? A bitch slap, and he moved. I love that he moved on, though. That's awesome.
All right, just give him a good slap and back to the next song.
Here we go. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is where you pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts at 920 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Regents Blue Shield. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. And when you get through, make sure you follow Steve's rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ, and that's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're gone. And then we're saying goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
A few texts have come in this morning asking me what I think about the new New Jersey Devils alternate jersey that just came out.
I have not seen this.
Oh, boy. So, everyone does like alternate jerseys. Really, it's a way to make some more money on jersey sales. And this will be used I think 10 or 13 times during the season. And a lot of people have been demanding as Devils fans, we want a full black jersey because they got the red, black, and white as their colors. And it'd be, everyone loves an all black jersey. So they answered, they listened to the fans and they made an all black jersey. But it's very underwhelming because.
Whoa.
It just says jersey on it as the logo, which makes it look like one of those mock jerseys that you order online where it says, put your team name here.
Yeah.
But I understand why they're doing it because, people refer to New Jersey as Jersey. And it was apparently the idea of all of this jersey came from Martin Brodeur, their, all-time great goaltender who's part of the team's management group. And so he came up with a lot of the ideas behind this, including the number of stripes have a significance and the skate lace around the neck part. Is it's like the same kind of lace that you use on the goal net, so it's like a nod to him for a goalie. Kind of, obviously he's like the most well-known New Jersey Devil of all time. Okay. Everything about it I dig, except for the logo says Jersey.
It just says Jersey. You're yes, it is.
Right. It's just almost like your team name here kind of a thing.
Oh, wow. The stripes are a little, it looks a little old school with all those stripes like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy Mike online, and he was just talking about how it seems like a lot of teams are bringing back the simplicity when it comes to jerseys, which I do like. I just don't get the jersey in the cursive font because it looks like they just grabbed cursive font and wrote Jersey.
Yeah, that is a very plain font.
Yeah.
It's a very, very plain. Unless that's also what they wanted to do is just go old school with a plain font. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm digging that so much.
Right, imagine Seattle's here's our alternate jersey, and it just says 206 or something, or team.
Seattle
team.
I'm going to tell you though, I am not a fan of the old school hockey style. I know it's sacrilege, but I do not like the Seattle Metropolitan sweaters.
Oh, I don't
even
either.
like even when they put them in the Kraken color, it's no. I don't want to see that.
No, dude, I'm with you on that one. It's just too much. It's a little obnoxious. I understand why people have, a nostalgic attachment to it. But I remember I did a charity hockey game, and the jerseys that we had were the old Seattle Metropolitan jerseys. And they were auctioning them off, and I was okay with that because I was I'm never going to wear it. I understand why people like it. It's just not my thing.
And so I feel like that granted, it's not because it's just pretty much all black and white with a little red piping behind the letters and numbers. But I still don't like I like the way I just like the style of the newer jerseys.
And I would have been fine with it. They just went with a black and white version of the New Jersey Devils logo, which a lot of people, and I know I'm biased because I like the team, but I know a lot of people will consider that one of the best logos ever created for a sports franchise because of just how clever it is with the devil horns on the NJ kind of design. It would look great with this jersey.
Yeah, and they didn't do it.
They blew it.
And Martin, and the best goalie, your hero, is the one that's responsible for blowing it.
That's the best part. Is people are bitching online. Tell it to your goalie then.
Yeah.
That's true. Complain. They don't have to like everything that Martin Brodeur does.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah, I'm not digging it. But who knows? Maybe it would grow on me. But I'm not digging it. I remember I wasn't super excited over the new Hawks jerseys, and then really ended up really liking them.
No, I remember we were arguing about that because I loved them from the get-go,
and I did not.
No, you were not a fan of them at all.
And then all of a sudden now it's I really, really do like them. So it could just take some time. We'll see. Show it to me in 6 months. See what I think.
So it's okay. You're designing the third jersey for the Kraken. What are you putting on there?
Oh, it's got to be the anchor.
Oh, I was going to say Grungy, our new mascot.
Oh, Grungy. Yeah, I forgot about him. I don't know. I think the anchor, but maybe, I don't know, if you want to, you can make it a little bit more elaborate.
Why?
Since you've got, if you want to.
So freaking cool.
I agree. I'm just saying if you want to, if you want to, otherwise just leave it the way it is, but just blow it up. And we all agree that we want the ice blue, right? As the color of the alternate jersey.
I want an all black jersey.
Why do you want? What is with this all black?
So we can go with his t-shirts, man.
Everything I wear is black or gray or
white. It's
not
just you. It's just
yes, it is. It's my decision.
There's a lot of. There's a lot of people that like the all black and the blackouts, and it's just look, I get it. Black's a cool color, but you know what? It's not in our color scheme. Can we do a blue out? Oh, we already have a blue out. It's called the home jersey.
Yeah, it's the normal jersey.
All black with that ice blue as an accent.
Yeah,
come on, that would pop, BJ.
That is cool, but I think I'm going to go with BJ on this one. I think the ice blue with the anchor would be really cool.
Yeah, I can't really argue with you guys on that. That would look pretty awesome.
And I would like to see how the navy blue stripes would look, since we don't have navy blue stripes, since, of course, our home jersey's blue.
Yeah.
And so that would be interesting to add that stripe color into the mix.
Seeing how that bright blue looks on the ice, to me, that is like one of the coolest colors. And it works so well on the ice. It just pops.
It may be because it pops because we don't see a whole lot of it. Now, maybe if it's in a big jersey, it may not be as cool. But we'll see. I'm still willing to give it a shot.
So it says, hey, but the Devils one, it says where they're from, and it also says what they're wearing. Jersey.
Yeah.
As long as their helmets say helmet.
Right, glove.
Yeah.
Glove. Pants.
Skate. I'm not a fan. Like, I just don't like the New York Yankees away uniforms. I know it's been classic, and they've had them for the longest time.
The gray ones?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them.
I love those.
Yeah, it's just so basic.
That's what I love about it.
They've always been basic, and I'm not a fan of that. I just feel like I get it.
Says New York.
Yeah. Now I will say the pinstripe though. That's a sharp look I've always liked, and so I thought the home unis are good. But I've never liked the basic sort of like, whoa, this is how we designed it back in, the 1900s or whatever.
I get, I'm basing it all on nostalgia purposes. You might be completely right. I just grew up with that jersey. And I've always loved how that New York Yankee, the road jersey looked, more so than the pinstripes.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. All right. I really like the modernized stuff where you get more color and, it's funny. The Blue Jays turning it on their head and, taking what used to be powder blue that you'd use on the road. Teams like the Phillies and the Royals and the Blue Jays used to do that, I believe. And now the Blue Jays are going, you know what? We're powder bluing at home. You know what? We're doing what we want.
The best of all the alternate jerseys, though, if we're getting super nerdy about alternate jerseys, is the Dallas Stars. Their alternate jersey is amazing. It's a black jersey, shocking, with a super bright, like highlighter bright green, like a neon green.
Oh, so it's not. So it's definitely like outside their color scheme.
Yes, 1,000%.
Oh, whoa! I don't know about that.
Why? It looks so cool.
Wow, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm going to have to get back to you on that.
I want to go to a rave wearing that.
Yeah, the goalie's just got like the goalie pads made to match them. And it's just like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
If you go on Instagram, it's at Goalie Gear Nerd, you'll be able to find like the picture that I'm looking at.
You can see that from space.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if you're a shooter, I might be a little blinded by that.
Yeah.
Tactically, that might be good.
I don't know.
Then. Yeah.
What do you think? Well, okay, it's not as rave greeny, of course, as our, as the
this
Seahawks.
It's more
alternate.
neon green.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also not as much, except for the pads. So at least it's more black than that green.
Sure.
But the pads surely just, whoa, man. All right, I'm blind.
Yeah, it looks like he has like 2 highlighters on his legs.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll have to get back. I think the logo with the D in the Texas is pretty cool, but.
Yeah, the D on the chest is cool.
Yeah. All right. What?
The logo with the D.
Yeah, okay. It is listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls, more of your texts at 935 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
I'm glad we can take this time for ourselves.
I know, me too. It's nice going on new adventures, experiencing new things, and creating new memories again. I missed you when you seemed lost in your gambling.
Well, I'm back and ready to visit new places and see new sights. Oh, and try new foods.
Yes, new foods.
If gambling is creating a problem for you, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just texted in talking about alternate jerseys and brought up a very good point. The best alternate jersey there is, Seattle Sounders, Jimi Hendrix kit.
Oh, yeah, the purple and black.
Dude, the Sounders never disappoint with their alternates. Every time they put out a cool alternate, I'm like, why isn't that just their regular jersey? Like I always love the black with the pink.
Oh yeah, that's a good looking kit.
And then the Kendricks one, man, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know, but then when I saw it on somebody, I was like, that is a pretty sweet looking jersey. It's different.
I feel pressure because it seems like there's always a new kit to get, you know what I mean?
Every year.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like, oh man, I can't keep up with this. There's just too much.
You know, all of us have a net worth of $12 million, Sounders. I mean, come on, even you are having a hard time with this.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't think any of us do, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, man. But they got some good stuff. I agree.
Yeah, they don't really ever. I've never really disliked any of their alternate stuff.
I love the Mariners because they've decided every color scheme they've had they're just going to use because of that Sunday jersey.
The Sunday jersey is my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, and it's even a different color white. It's like a softer eggshell white.
Yep. It's like a beige white or something.
And they corrected they really
Cream.
did they corrected it. Yeah, they corrected the fact that those gold and blue colors, the yellow and blue, were always associated with the trident, which is bad luck. So I like that they didn't put that on there, but they used the current Mariners logo and all that, but just yellowed and blued it.
Yeah, it's my favorite of all the Mariners jerseys is the Sunday jersey.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. They got good stuff too. I like the Mariners unis and their stuff. They got a good logo and good script.
Oh, it's like sports uniform talk on BJ and Mix.
I know. Well, dude, I've been loving that my whole life. I used to design them when I was a little kid in my little scrapbook because I hated my team's uniform because it was so basic.
Yep.
And because at the time the Red Sox were almost as basic as the Yankees. But then finally the 70s came along and the Yankees didn't do anything. I was like, look at the Yankees going, man, you got some of the cool stuff like what the Astros were doing with their unis with all those yellow and orange and stripes that people still rock today. And the Yankees and the Red Sox were like, no, we're not going to do it. Then finally the Red Sox said, okay, we will. And I was like, thank God. Jeez, I was like, don't be the Yankees, be hip.
I can't remember. I think it was when we were interviewing Brandon Tanev of the Kraken when we were talking to them about his initial thought on the jerseys and stuff. And he even brought it up. And I was like, that's so cool to hear. And like yourself as well. Like he's like, oh yeah, man, I was a kid. I never would have been able to design as cool of a jersey as this. I think we all grew up like creating our own jerseys. And that was one of my favorite parts about doing beer league, especially with the Donkeys. Like a couple of us were like super nerds about that stuff and would create the logo and mock up like the way that the jersey would look. And then when we would get them printed and made, it was such like a surreal experience. You're like, wow, this went from a really crappy Microsoft Paint rendering to them becoming this. It was pretty sweet.
That's cool when you basically, like the 12-year-old you goes, wow, look at me. I actually did it.
Yeah.
I actually made a jersey.
Which is probably why our jerseys were always very simple.
I had one of your t-shirts that I really liked. Like the one, I can't remember which one it was. It was you've had a couple of different donkeys over the years. There was one, I think it was just a donkey with a tooth missing or something like that.
Yeah, they've all had like black eyes, bloodshot eyes, teeth missing, scuffed up faces. And then my buddy Ogle, he made the one where that was just a spoof on the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, but it was the Mighty Donks.
Yes.
And that one's my favorite.
I got a classy one from you, actually, that's just like a silhouette of a donkey on black lettering and a black silhouette. That was like the classy donkey.
Oh, yeah, it just said Tacoma, and then it had the silhouette of a donkey inside the lettering of Tacoma.
Classy donkey.
That was the classy donkeys merch.
That was a championship season. That was a good jersey.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember them based on the jerseys we wore.
Yeah, nice. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So it's a BJ on that note. Do you like the long pants in Major League Baseball or like the short pants with the long socks?
Boy, it really... Because I like the socks, man. I mean, I know it looks a little goofy, but then depending on how crazy the players go with it. But, you got some cool looking socks.
Do they still wear like actual, like, what do they call, like stirrups?
That's a really good question.
Or are they just socks with like the stirrup like look is just printed on there?
Like you had in Little League?
I don't know because, for the longest time.
We had the stirrups.
Yeah.
Like,
really? We had the socks with the fakies.
Oh, no, ours were legit.
Yeah, I don't know, Steve, because when they had all the pants that went all the way down, basically where you hardly even saw a sock. I don't know if there's a stirrup thing anymore. If they're still doing that, I don't even know
what
if
they were
it's
called.
Yeah, they were stirrups. You're absolutely right.
I couldn't remember. That. I know it's like a horse term, but
I don't know. I don't know if it's necessary.
And an OBGYN thing too.
Oh yeah, well.
I didn't even think about that.
That's exactly what I thought of.
When people had the long pants, and I still to this day, even though I know it's not the case, but like I think it was just because when we were growing up, like anyone who had the long pants, you were just like the stoner of the team. Like you just like so whenever I see like a pitcher come on the mound, I'm like, oh, that guy probably smokes pot, even though I know he doesn't. He's like in the MLB, but like it's just like that's the stigma that I have whenever I see someone wearing the super long pants is that they're a stoner.
Yeah, some of the younger dudes are trying to get take the look back of the high socks. I remember Mookie Betts used to run around high socked up, but it was like player to player. Some of the other players like no Rook, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just continue the long pants.
So if you got called up and you're now playing in the Major League Baseball, would you go with the high?
I think I would because the socks, especially if you're on a team that has socks in the name. You kind of go, well, why are you called the Red Sox? I can't even see any socks that are, well, why are the White Sox? So I think I would. I think I would go with the high socks because some of them got good striping.
Yeah.
They got some good looks.
I think I'd go long. That way people think I'm a stoner.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I feel like, look, I was really stoned. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, if Mitch Haniger, I think doesn't Mitch Haniger have the long pants? Because Mitch Haniger looks like the kind of dude that shouldn't be wearing the high socks. He looks like your kind of player.
Yeah, the high socks makes me think like vintage, like old school baseball.
Yeah. And usually a speedy guy. Like for some reason, I don't know why, I feel like a short dude with the high socks is a guy, he's a base stealer, and then you got your power hitter, sort of just chilling up at the plate.
They're more aerodynamic, those stirrups.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, this has nothing to do with sports, but someone say, long-time listener with a big ask. I was hoping I could get a shout-out to Janie, who's having major surgery as we speak. We just need all the good energy we could get. Thanks from all of you.
Oh, Jamie, yep.
Give it a shout.
Well, listen, lots of love to you and speedy recovery and all that good stuff.
You rock, Janie.
Oh, is it Janie with an N?
Like, got a gun.
Oh, sorry, Janie. Well, you know what? If there's a Jamie out there that's also getting surgery, well, good luck to you as well.
Yeah.
Janie, we love you.
Yeah, but we like Janie more right now, so.
Because and she doesn't have a gun. She's just, she's got a surgeon. She's got a surgeon.
Someone said, what do you guys think about all the controversy that has going on with Chris Pratt being the voice or playing Super Mario and Mario Brothers?
Yeah. So what is the controversy? Is it because
nobody wants him to have he's not, I guess people are like, he can't be Mario. He's not Italian, which I don't understand. Like, is this a serious role?
Well, boy. It's hard. You know what, Steve? It is really hard these days because you never know what people consider a serious role. He's a cartoon character. I know his name is Mario, and I know he's got the big mustache, but I just never thought of him as Italian. I thought of him as this just goofy looking guy that jumped over things.
Really?
Yeah,
Mario and Luigi?
Well, I was never into that movie.
Mario.
And he goes, "It's a me, Mario."
Yeah. So I'm thinking people don't want him to do an Italian accent, right? Is because.
But I guess the producer said that he's not going to do an Italian accent.
And is that the problem, or is it the problem that there was a possibility he was going to do one?
I think we have the clip. And someone asked him, like, "Hey, is Chris Pratt going to have the Italian accent? Is he going to do the old "It's a me, Mario"? It's some producer. I think his name's like Chris or something.
Yeah, Chris Melandandri. Yeah, and so here's Chris actually talking about how he will not be faking the accent.
Yeah. How much are you going to have them lean into the it's me, it's Mario, lean into the Italianness?
It's we cover it in the movie, so you'll see that we definitely nod to that, but that's not the tenor of the performance throughout the film. All I can tell you is the voice that he's doing for us and Mario is phenomenal. I can't wait for people to hear it.
Is it a live action or is it
it's live action.
Okay.
I think. I mean, that's what I always understood it to be live action.
I have no idea. And why are people so worked up about a movie about the Super Mario Brothers?
Well, here's the problem. I think when it comes to accents, everybody's just really sensitive because, you know, some marginalized folks have been made fun of because of their accents. And so now, though, I don't know, you know, I mean, I have no idea if in fact you'll never hear anybody speak English with an accent anymore because it just has negative connotations.
And it looks like this will be a computer animated film. So
it's not live action?
It will be. Yeah, and it's got some interesting people in it. Charlie Day as Luigi.
Yeah, I saw
Seth
that.
Rogen as Donkey Kong. Jack Black as Bowser. Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach.
I was looking forward to this live action, and it's not a live
Yeah, it's not going to be a live action.
But they have a live action Super Mario Brothers you can watch.
No, you don't. No, it doesn't exist.
But you don't like that one, Rev?
It is hot trash. It's the worst trash that could trash a trash.
See, I was a kid when I saw it, and I loved it. So
I was
I did too.
And I hated it. I still hate it.
I was a little scared.
I kind of want to go back and watch it now and see if it's as bad as Rev is saying.
Oh, you go ahead, because it's that's what you do. You like to watch bad movies, and I would recommend you watch that one.
So if you're casting a live-action Mario Brothers, who you having play Mario?
I was Chris Pratt. I was excited.
No, not Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt does not look anything like Mario. Like, what about like Sacha Baron Cohen? Or he could be Luigi.
He should be Jack Black and Sacha Baron Cohen.
I'm not opposed to that.
That sounds solid, actually.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Okay. All right. I can't argue with any of that.
I think the only problem I have with Chris Pratt playing Mario is the fact that he was already Emmett in the Lego movie, and he's going to be playing Garfield as well. So I feel like he's just probably going to do a lot of his same voice. He's got a very distinct voice, so it's going to throw me off. I'm not sure. And plus, Bill Murray did an awesome Garfield.
And there's no way that Chris Pratt should be Garfield when he's definitely got Odie energy. Yeah. Like, he should be Odie.
Big Odie energy.
And just barking. Yeah. Just have Chris Pratt barking in the movie, and I would be perfect.
Who would be a good Garfield, then?
Anybody but Chris Pratt.
I don't know why.
I'll be very interested in his Garfield. You're right. He's way high energy for that.
Oh, what's his name? Al Bundy.
Ted, no.
Oh, gosh.
What's his name?
Why can't I remember his name?
What is Al Bundy's name? Ed O'Neill.
Ed
O'Neill. There we go.
I feel like he'd be a good Garfield.
Yeah.
Ooh, I do like
he's
that.
He's an older dude, though. I don't think, maybe people are just wanting some young blood in there. Ed O'Neill's a great actor, but I just don't think he's the draw as a Chris Pratt. That's the problem, is you got to get a name that will bring people to the movie.
Ooh, Nick Offerman.
Okay.
I love Nick, but he's not a name that will bring...
Yes, he is. He's Ron Swanson.
He's not Chris Pratt, though.
It's Ron Swanson.
Okay, look,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I love Ron Swanson, and I love him, but I don't think he's Chris Pratt, unfortunately. Because you're right. Because why would they cast him as Garfield in the first place? It makes no sense.
I feel like this is the answer to every question. It should be The Rock.
Yes.
Well, for star power, yes. But boy, I don't know.
What do you think of that lasagna? It doesn't matter what you think.
No, he could be chill. He could be. Maybe he could be a chill Garfield.
On that aspect, now I want Stone Cold Steve Austin to be Garfield.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or he could be Odie.
But there's not much of a role.
Not?
Odie doesn't say much. He just barks. That's the problem. He's not a talking dog, which is unfortunate. It's like the dog doesn't get any real, he has to be real in that one.
So it says, watch the movie, Steve, the old Mario Brothers one. It's poop. And I feel like it has nothing to do with Mario. It's just a weird movie.
Yeah, it was a very weird movie.
It's all you, Steve. This is your weekend.
28% on Rotten Tomatoes and 29% with the audience.
Oh, this is perfect for you. You got to get the wife to watch this, too.
Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Hopper in a movie that is hot trash.
I hope he watches this, and I hope it's Tatum's favorite movie, and his hell will have to be to watch it over and over. Yeah. Oh, please watch it with Tatum.
I'd rather that than Coco Melon, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh, the honeymoon's over with Coco Melon, huh?
Yeah. Dude, I've never liked Coco. It's just been a necessary evil at times.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, I need a tease there, Victoria.
It's there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Hey, you know what? I could ask it.
All right, why don't you ask it?
All right,
yes. All right, do it. You ask the Ryan Castle question.
DJ, guess what? I'm asking the questions here.
Woo! All right, do it.
What do Ryan Castle and a bowling ball have in common?
Ooh, I like this.
I'll tell you, or BJ will tell you. One of us is going to tell you at 9:52 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, The Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a bowling ball have in common?
You probably shouldn't eat a bowling ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably shouldn't. But Ryan Castle, on the other hand, have at it.
A lot of two fingers and a thumb jokes are coming in on on the text lines. I just can't share. Yeah. And me.
That's a shocker. It really is a shocker. I didn't expect that.
Dude, that's a fine choice of words.
Thank you.
I don't even know if you meant to do that.
Oh, I did.
If you did, bravo.
Thank you very much. Oh, I did. Thank you. Thank you for noticing my brilliance when it comes to low ball humor. Hey, I did it again.
Kudos.
Speaking of a bowling ball, this is scary stuff. A couple in their mid-20s were driving through KC, Kansas City, of course, on Saturday, and they hit a bowling ball because somebody threw it into the street, and it got lodged under their car. The wife was driving. Her husband went out and tried to dislodge the bowling ball, but while he was under the car, some other guy runs up and tries to steal her purse, and she reacted, unfortunately, by hitting the gas and ran over her husband.
Oh, God.
Then she hears him yell out in pain, so she backs up and, of course, runs over him again. But he survived, so we can laugh about it. I mean, he's
happy Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Don't have.
I don't think I'd ever allow her to drive when I'm in the car with her again.
No,
right?
Oh, yeah. Ryan Castle, he's up next, and he's got a 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Wild boars, they're not to be messed with. Any kind of wild pig.
So I want to know, what do they sound like?
Whoa, okay.
Well, if they're angry, right?
Yeah, that's it. Huh? It's been a long time since we've had one of your fine impressions. That's what happens when Javelina has emphysema.
I might need some throat coat. That's hard on the voice.
Yeah. You gotta cut down on the cigarettes, Mr. Javelina.
Some angry Peppa Pig going on right now.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I have a mountain of credit card bills and consumer debt. Can I still keep my house if I file bankruptcy?
Yes, you almost always can keep your home and your house, your car in a bankruptcy. Depending on what type of bankruptcy you file, would depend on whether or not, for example, you can keep your vehicles if you have payments on them still. You can almost always keep your home if you're current on the payments on your home, even in full bankruptcy. In Chapter 13, you can also keep those items. If you're behind on your house, you could catch your house payments up in a Chapter 13, take off a second mortgage in a Chapter 13. So keeping your primary assets like a home and car is almost always possible in bankruptcy.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Grandma, we miss you.
Come here, kids. It's so good to see you again. Grandma and I have to catch up. Why don't you play in the other room for a bit?
Okay.
It's good to see you again, Mom. We all missed you.
I'm sorry it took so long. I lost a lot to my gambling problems, but I'm happy to have my life back with you.
We are too, Mom.
If gambling is creating a problem for you, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org.